Good evening, everyone. I'm Ryan Telesforo from the Criminology Section 1-4. Today, I'll discuss about two theories, which is alternative theory, relation to criminality, and differential association reinforcement theory. The first theory that I will discuss is alternative theory, a theory which attempts to integrate the psychological and sociological concepts of criminality, states that crime rates are high in groups where social interaction is characterized by isolation, anonymity, impersonalization, and anonymity. This alternative theory is the combination of psychological and sociological concept. When we say psychological, this scientific study of human mind and human behavior. For example, you are dealing with depression and bipolar disorders. And when you say, on the other hand, sociology, study of social structure, social interaction, and how people in society influence you as a person. And also, it states that crime rates are high in these types of society: isolation, anonymity, impersonalization, and anonymity. First, the isolation. Experience of being separated by or from others. Example of isolation, people separated depends on their social standards or social status. Second one is impersonalization, act or process of making personal, especially to read such human characteristics as sympathy, dehumanize. Example of impersonalization, the leader of society does not face, interact, and give importance to the marginalized people, like that. Next is anonymity, lack of the usual social or ethical standards in individual or group. This anonymity was developed by founding sociologist Emile Durkheim. He said that anonymity is the absence of norms and normlessness. It causes people to feel a lack of belonging and that they are disconnected from the society. When this different characteristic was emerging in society, people may affect, especially in their behavior. So the tendency is it will be immoral, harmful, and prejudicial behavior that may can commit a crime. The person who has committed a crime is called criminal. Criminal are the product of social impersonalization. Is the one lacks interpersonal relationships. He suffers from interpersonal failure. Failed to achieve satisfactory interpersonal relation to others. So, criminality is a person who has committed a crime because of this different situation. The next is alternative theory in relation to criminality. When we say criminality, it is the criminal acts, refers to the actual criminal acts of criminal. The unique danger raised by alternative theories of crime causation is that of factual non-concurrence. A jury may reach an unanimous verdict of guilty without any substantive consensus as to defendant's criminal acts. So let's define what is the word highlighted. Factual non-concurrence. Factual means is it is the fact based, and non-concurrence is the objection or rejection. So means the factual non-concurrence is the fact based objection. Next is unanimous verdict of guilty. Unanimous verdict means jurors have a one decision in complete agreement of judgment. So next is substantive consensus. Substantive is having a firm basis in reality. It is like a meaningful like that. Oh. Also consensus, substantive consensus means a general agreement of a group to convict a defendant. So means that it is the general agreement the general agreement of general agreement from from a firm basis in reality. So, alternative theory in relation to criminality. A jury must anonymously find proof beyond unreasonable doubt of every fact necessary to constitute the crime which is charged. Example of this is the heavy crime like murder. We all know this murder is acceptable crime, which jury decision is not based on any piece of evidence that may help the defendants or the offender. In the case, juries still rely on the juries still rely on fact or reality. To summarize its alternative theory in relation to criminality, jurors' decision or judgment is based only in fact or reality, in the nature of the factual beliefs and held by the jurors. Held by the jurors and the evidence on which they rely. So the next theory that I will discuss is differential association reinforcement theory. But before that, I will compare the two differential theories, which is differential association and differential reinforcement. Differential association theory by Edwin Sutherland, the dean of modern criminology, says that this theory states that criminality, just like any behavior, can learn through socialization. Criminal behavior is influenced by the people with whom the individual has regular and frequent contact, such as family members and close friends. So, differential association theory states that deviant behavior, criminal behavior, are learned through socialization to the person who has frequent contact. Example, your family are drug pusher, so you may adopt their behavior because you are child of, as you as child, you will adopt those kind of behaviors. The next is differential reinforcement theory. In this theory, differential reinforcement theory, this theory states that individual's behavior depends on how people around him react towards his behavior. Thus, the word reinforcement, the behavior reinforced when the individual gains something from it. So, in this theory, the learned criminal behavior are being applied and continue performing such crimes because of the benefits or rewards. Also those behaviors depends on how people around him react towards his behavior. The word reinforcement, meaning to strengthen the behavior that you learn. In psychology, there's 4 types of reinforcement: the positive, negative, and positive, negative, punishment, and extinction. The positive reinforcement, for example, positive reinforcement, introduction to desirable or pleasant stimulus after a behavior. For example, if you want your dog to sit on command, you may give him a treat. Every time he sits for you, the dog will eventually come to understand that sitting when told will result in a treat. Next is the negative reinforcement. Negative reinforcement is not think of negative reinforcement as taking something negative away in order to increase a response. The next is punishment reinforcement. It refers to adding something aversive in order to decrease a behavior. The most common example of this is disciplining, masimase. The reason we do this because someone associated with negative behavior. The last is extinction. Extinction reinforcement. It means when you remove something in order to decrease a behavior, you are taking something away so that the response is decreased. So an act when rewarded, it will be repeated. An act when punished, it will be avoided. The next is differential association reinforcement theory. According to Akers, people are first indoctrinated into deviant behavior by differential association with deviant peers. Then through differential reinforcement, they learn how to reprise and avoiding punishment. The next, this differential association reinforcement theory. According to Akers, people are the first indoctrinated into deviant behavior. Through differential association with deviant peers, they learn how to reprise and avoid punishment. Akers create a seven statement. It's all about criminal deviant behavior. The first statement is deviant behavior. Deviant behavior is learned through conditioning. Number two statement, deviant behavior can learn in both non-social situations or during interactions. The third statement is deviant behavior is learned from the group who control source or enforcement. And next is statement number 4. The learning of deviant behavior can be based on effectiveness of reinforcers. The fifth statement the learning of deviant behavior can be based on the enforcement and reinforcement available and effective, but also the norms that accompanied the reinforcement in the past. Number 6 is the sixth statement. The probability if deviant behavior happening is increased. Abnormal reactions perceived and received. The last statement, seventh statement, the strength of deviant behavior is directly related to how often, how much, and the chances of actually receive reinforcement. It is important because it correlates to what to give and how often to give it. So that's all. I hope you understand my report, and thank you for watching, and stay at home, stay safe, and God bless.
1, 2, 3, come on!